Hello and welcome to this edition of NFSTC's Forensics Update. New developments in field purpose technologies are speeding up criminal investigations. Recent advances in forensic science have focused on developing laboratory devices that can be easily transported to a crime scene, leading to on-the-spot analysis and results. Some of these devices have already been put to use by law enforcement agencies and parts of the military, such as handheld electronic narcotics sniffers and facial detection technologies. It's yet another step towards bringing the forensics lab directly to the crime scene. While DNA analysis is widely associated with identifying victims of crime, the general public isn't always aware of its use when people have unfortunate run-ins with forces of nature. In 2010, a 12-foot tiger shark containing a stomach full of human remains was caught off the coast of New Providence, Bahamas. Upon examination, it was believed that the remains, which included a right leg, 2 severed arms, and a severed torso, might include 2 men who disappeared off of a boat 2 miles west of the discovery. To determine the identity of the victim, a DNA profile was generated from the samples of the remains, and the results were compared with the DNA profile of one of the men's mothers. Not only did the remains belong to a single person, but the compared profiles were consistent, confirming the identity of the shark's victim and bringing closure to a grieving family. A long-needed guide to handling and preserving biological evidence will soon be available to law enforcement agencies across the United States. The Biological Evidence Preservation Handbook, Best Practices for Evidence Handlers, was produced by the Technical Working Group on Biological Evidence Preservation and co-sponsored by NIST and the National Institute of Justice. It serves as a guide to properly handle and store evidence from collection to analysis and all the way through to final disposition. The hope of the handbook developers is to greatly decrease the human error factor of evidence handling, leading to more accurate criminal investigation results. This week's Technique of the Week is going to make your mouth water. Every time you take a bite out of your favorite candy bar, you're leaving behind millions upon millions of DNA traces. Click on the embedded link to get an inside look at a technique called food swabbing, which is one of the most integral steps taken when collecting DNA evidence at property crimes. How would you like to be a part of our show? Do you have any questions about forensics and CSI myths? Well, we want to hear from you. Send us your questions at info@nfstc.org, and maybe your email could be featured on our next Forensics Update. Until next time, I'm Bill Duffin for NFSTC.